Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, actually. I think it's about 12, almost 12 o'clock. Today's Makeup Monday tip is sort of what to do when you're staying at home, but you don't want to look like you're in your pajamas all day and like you're just not making any effort at all, because that happens. We'll just stay in our pajamas, not put any makeup on, not do anything, and it really affects our spirits and how we approach the day. So when you're trying not to go all out and be super over the top with your makeup, what are some things you can do to get just enough on so you don't feel quite, so naked, but you're not, like you really made a whole lot of effort. So first of all, the first thing is always going to be a CC cream. And we are very low on what we have left, but we do have the light and the tan and the CC cream left. And what a lot of girls have done, and they've actually preferred this, is they're ordering one of each and then mixing them in a little container to get their desired shade of mediumness. And so that's option one. But if you don't have that, if you're not placing another BOGO order, I want to encourage you to do sort of what I used to do back in the day before we ever had CC creams. And, sort of like I've enjoyed doing all the pantry pulls lately, making these mystery dishes out of what's in my, pantry and in my fridge. And I made the most amazing soup this weekend. I'll never be able to duplicate it because it was just literally just dumb, but it was so good. But that's sort of like, I think how CC creams were sort of invented, and BB creams. And so I'm going to show you how to make your own using the products you already have at home. I already have it on, and I already have some powder on just to save time today. But basically, I took a small container because I wanted to get the consistency right and I didn't want to do too much at one time. But here's the little container that I used. And all a CC cream is, it's going to start with moisturizer. And we're very lucky because our moisturizer has your sunscreen. They generally all have sunscreen in them. So this has 4 different sunscreens, your platinum correction code. It has your matrixyl in it, so it has a little wrinkle plumper already built into it. And it's your moisturizer. So, and it's very matte, so it's not greasy, which is really nice to build a CC cream around, because you don't have to worry if you're oily or about this being too greasy for you. So step 1 is to start with your favorite moisturizer. And I just put this in here. And generally the moisturizer and their foundation is about a 1-to-1 ratio, but I made mine actually more moisturizer and less foundation because I wanted it a little more sheer. So the next step is a serum. Usually a CC cream has skincare benefits in it. The next step was actually my foundation of choice. Now I went with the light tan because it is darker, and you have to know that this is going to get lightened just slightly by diluting it with these other products. So if you've got last year's summer makeup and you've still got a lot of it and you want to get rid of it, or if your makeup just isn't quite the right tone, a CC cream is more forgiving when you put your powder, and it all just blends really well. So you can go with just about any shade of makeup you have, because the idea is basically a tinted moisturizer, which was the first thing to hit the market. Then we had BB creams, and we had CC creams, and then we had DD creams. And actually our moisturizer is considered a DD cream, a daily defense cream. So it started as tinted moisturizer, and then it's morphed into a little more fancy of a treatment. But the bottom line is it's a one treatment, one stop thing. So you want to be able to put it on and go. One product, one and done. So you've got your moisturizer, you've got your foundation of choice. The third step is a serum. I know all of you in the beauty club, we have Time Repair, Time Restore, we've got Age Defiance, we've got Flora Bright, some See the Light, or if you've got the old vitamin C powder. You want a good for you skincare ingredient, which this already has a lot of good for you ingredients in it. It has a little retinol in it. It has niacinamides in it, which is, antioxidant brightening for the skin. So you already kind of got that just by mixing these two. But I did take it a step further, and I put a little of the Time Restore in mine. Number 1, it smells amazing, gives it a nice slip, and then it gives it a little more skincare benefit. And then the last thing was a primer of choice. Most of them today have a little luminosity, a little glow to it. So you could either, one, put your Flawless in it to give it some color correcting and some spackle for pore filling treatment, or I added to mine the luminous tint to give mine, you can see on my skin that dewy glow. So I put a few drops of the luminous, and then I mixed it all up, and that's what I came up with. It feels so amazing. The texture of it is just like, and the smell from that Time Restore, so good. But it was beautiful coverage, and really I don't like a full heavy coverage anyway. And so I've already put that on just to save time, and I did lightly powder like the T-zone area with it. And then to finish this sort of, I'm home for the day, but I don't want to look like I just got out of bed all day long. So what I'm going to do is take my face paint, which you all know I'm obsessed with cream blush. I think it's way more youthful than a powder blush. When I'm really going all out with my makeup, I will put a little powder blush on just for placement and bronzer. But when I'm just the weekend and just hanging around the house, it is always, always a cream blush. This is just a cheapy little brush I got from Walgreens, Walmart, somewhere, just because I don't like to mix my brushes with this cream. So I know I know which one it is because it looks so different. So you just go in, and the object is to just lightly push it, into the skin. And the cream blush is just so hydrating and illuminating on the skin. And a little goes a long way. That's why you want a little, and I've already got it on this side, as you can see. This side is finished, this side is not. Okay, so a little cream blush there, and I'm just gonna take down some of the edges of it. A little bright. And then I also have one that I mixed that I love. I took a little of the Tuscan Sun and added some of the Pinkaboo or the Berry, I forget which one, with this to give me this really pretty coral color. And so a lot of times that's the one I'll use. And one of these is going to last you the rest of your life because you only use such a tiny, tiny amount. But I'm going to take a little of this, and it's going to go on my lips, and it's going to go on my lid, just for a little color on my lid. And so that way, I'm not doing full out makeup, but I look a little bit more put together. Now, I'm a lip gloss girl, y'all know, so always rose dust on top of everything. And I don't have my powder with me, but there's residual powder on this. I'm not powdering the whole cheek. I'm just powdering the edges of this because I want to keep that glow to my skin. And to finish my stay-at-home look, it's just mascara. So basically, it's my CC cream that I put together, a little powder, and the powder's optional. You don't have to do that. And I generally just powder the T-zone and then the edge of this cream blush. And for me, it's always going to include a little eyeliner just because it's just a thing. I have to have it. But I always do my waterline. So that's sort of where I line, but just a smidge for staying at home. But it really makes my eye color pop. And then, of course, with our new crazy, insane mascara, you don't need but a little bit of this stuff, and then your eyelashes are just humongous. So I'll put 1 or 2 coats. I mean, look at that. This is 1 coat on fresh lashes. And I'm not putting much on the bottom because I'm trying to make this sort of a low-key, minimal look. And I'm going to go back and comb most of that off that I put on the bottom. Let that set up for just 1 second. And then add another coat. And a little tip with this mascara is to just bring out the ends of your lashes. You don't have to comb it all the way back through because this makes your lashes so ginormous. Okay, so that is sort of it. Literally, when you want to stay home, but you want to look, this looks kind of glam. It looks like I have a full face of makeup on. And all I have is my CC cream, a little powder, and my face paint on my cheeks, my lips, and my eyes. And then liner and mascara. So literally, it will take you about 3 minutes to not look like you just rolled out of bed all day long, just because we're all sort of social distancing and staying home and trying to do the right thing. But there's no reason you have to go all out and do, crazy glam on your face because you're not going to the office. But it just makes you feel better to be a little more pulled together. But I wanted you to see how you can sort of do a pantry pull in your makeup drawer and make an amazing CC cream yourself. Moisturizer, serum, foundation of choice, and a little luminous, whatever primer you got, just sort of dump them all together and you will have a wonderful serum. I know a lot of you have lots of foundations that you want to use up and get rid of. Maybe you've got some serums that you don't know what to do with them, or they don't agree with you, all the time. It's a way to sort of, make a really fancy CC cream. So I hope that helps some of you. And then always when I finish my makeup, no matter what, it's always a little setting spray on a beauty blender just to set and lock it down for the day. Smells so good. It's like a lavender. The charcoal is protecting my skin from the environment. Lord knows we need that right now. And so that's sort of how I finish my makeup always, whether it's a stay-at-home day or not. You can just get up and pop on your luminous tint, a little mascara, call it a day. But this was sort of just elevated just a little bit without going too much over the top. So everybody stay safe and have a great week. And don't forget, BOGO through the end of the month. So if you're a member, you can get a summer color and a winter color. You can get the Pinkaboo and the Tuscan Sun. We're low on a color. I'm not sure which one. We still have our CC creams, which a lot of you are obsessed with. Just we're out of mediums, gone forever. And so you can get the tan and the light and just mix them together. You can get the new top shelf and then your other favorite if you want to mix that up. So take advantage of BOGO for another week and a half or so. And, we shop from home. We don't have to see people. And, share some things on your social media about some of our amazing products. So have a great week, everybody. See you soon. Bye.